What about some RPOs that can help boost your offense in college football 25? Let's talk about 10 that are my favorites. All right, let's start off this RPO list with one of my favorites. Some of my favorite RPOs on this game are the ones involving the QB run game. And here's one you can use here. Out of these 10, we're going to show you out of the shotgun empty halfback wide formation. It's RPO Q stick draw. Let's check it out. All right, so as you can see here, the first read you're going to really want to look at on this, really on these QB run RPOs, my first read is the QB run. If it's open and everyone's blocked up right, take off on that because you really do get a good boost on these quarterback run RPOs, especially if you have a fast quarterback. But on this play specifically, that shock route on this game is lethal that R1 is running there. So if it looks like it's going to be one-on-one, you got a chance to throw that deep as well. That's kind of the two main reads for me on this play. Let's try it out here. See, it's blocked up well, so I'm going to take off with the run. And you see how the way the quarterback gets that kind of boost through there. Usually you can angle it to run past that linebacker or safety a lot of times. But if you get it blocked up, it's a guaranteed at least 5-6 yards, and usually a lot more. Got it blocked up well again. Look how well it's blocked up that time. Those Q powers, Q draws that are RPOs on this game are usually really well blocked if they're blocked. And you can usually read it pretty quickly. You're either going to have an unblocked man that's coming at you pretty quickly, or you're going to have a nice little lane to take off. Let's try it one more time here. I'd like to get a good look at the pass play on the side of it. There's this one. Boom. Tutty. So see how that works right there on that one. When that opens and you see it's one-on-one coverage, go ahead and throw it because a lot of times that guy's going to beat him deep. Even on this West Virginia roster, Clement doesn't have the best speed. Here as I'm using WVU in the video, but you saw even he got behind the defense there for the touchdown. So. All right, so there was a look at one RPO play. Let's look at another one here as we continue to go through this list. This one here is out of the shotgun tackle over cluster formation, and this is one of my favorites to use either in early down situations when people are expecting run or short yardage situations when people are expecting run. I have 2 or 3 of those that I use in those type of situations, and this is one of my favorites. It's the RPO alert buck flat. All right, so we'll take a look here. The reason I love this play is because the buck sweep is one of my favorite run plays on the game, which is what this is if you choose to run it. But on the other side of it, you have what usually for me is one of my faster receivers, my slot receiver I put there. And he's kind of here almost looking like he's a tight end. So he's almost hidden here on the line a little bit with where he lines up. But he goes out and he has 2 blockers out in front and your 2 outside receivers there, your middle guy and your outside guy blocking for him. So, short yardage, you can usually hit him for, at least a yard or 2 if you need that. And sometimes that's blocked well and you can get a big gain with hitting that receiver. And if it's not there, hand it off to the running back, run the buck sweep. Let's try it out here. First read, boom, got him. There you go, easy 5 yards right there. That's why I like it. Early downs can be a drive starter for you or short yardage situations. It's usually a go-to when people are playing the run heavy. See how it works out this time. This time we're going to hand it off on the buck sweep. And you see a nice gain there on that side as well. Love the buck sweep on this game. Probably one of the most underrated run plays in my opinion. I love it. And there he is right there. And there's a nice gainer right there on that one with how they were lined up. So there you can see it worked both ways with the pass, with the run. RPO buck flat, great look here at this RPO. All right, next up, I won't spend too much time on this one because it's very similar to the first play I showed you, just out of a different formation. This one's out of the shotgun 5 wide receiver trio, RPO Shot QB Draw. And as you can see here, very similar to the first one. The only difference is now my halfback is in the slot out there to the left, and he's a similar option to the R1 that we had on the last play. Both those 2 guys are shock options. You can try and hit as your pass read. Your run read is, of course, same as that first play we showed you. Let's take a look one more time. Blocked up well. We're going to take the run read, take off with the quarterback, get 5 to 10 yards. Let's try the other side to the running back. There you go. Boom, shock route on the opposite side to your running back, which is usually a good matchup because you see there I had to run my running back against the linebacker, and that's how I get the touchdown. So there's that one. Now this play right here is really good. You have multiple plays in this formation like this. You see the 2 side by side here, the one in the middle and the one on the right, out of the split Z plus formation there in the shotgun. The one I'm going to show is the Z motion alert buck because, like I said, that buck sweep, one of my favorite plays on the game, and it's hard to defend this because if a lot of people like to user defend on this game, and I'll show you guys why this play is good for people that do that. All right, so as we take a look here, you're going to see Ray motion out, and that's a bubble option you can throw to. That's the pass side of the play, which most people that use your cover are going to go out and cover him, because if they don't, it's going to be easy pitch and catch for 5 yards, so they kind of have to. But if they do that, then that leaves, kind of a lighter box for you to hand this ball off and run it. That's why I like plays with the multiple options like that, where you have to cover one of them, and then you go to the other one and see what happens. But let's see how the computer defends this. A lot of times against the CPU, that option to throw that little bubble is open. Motion out here, and he is open. Good enough, and that'll get you, 5 to 10 yards on most times. If there's not somebody out there on him quick enough, a lot of times it's a linebacker trying to make up ground. That's your slot receiver here in this formation, so he's going to have him on speed. You can pitch that out and get good yardage usually. See, there's a good about 3 yards. That's kind of one of the worst case scenarios, aside from that corner beating that receiver's block and blowing it up, which very rarely happens. Let's see if we can get a good run read on it. Hand it off on the Buck Sweep instead of throwing it. Couldn't quite get to the edge there. But you can see how this makes you defend both sides of the field pretty much if you're a defender. So there they brought the heat, so we'll go ahead and throw it out right there. Take our 5 yards or so. Let's get one more look at this play. See how we're going to play it. There we go. See, needed him to block that guy on the edge, and we'd have been sprung free on that one. I don't know why he went up the field and blocked the safety. And one more good pass read on it. Boom, there it is, and that's first down for you. So there was the Z motion alert Buck. Now let's talk about one of my very favorite plays on this game. I've talked about those QB draw plays that are involved in the RPO. This one is probably my favorite just because of the way that I feel like this one has the best run lanes for the QB draw side. It's out of the shotgun 5 wide receiver formation, just RPO bubble QB draw. All right, so let's take a look here. Like I said, your first read on this is not the throw, it's the run. But you see here the way they're lined up, the throw is a possibility because they only have 2 guys out there as defenders, so it's one-on-one with blockers. Nobody directly lined up over your slot man. Might be a good play to throw this one on, we'll see. But your first read on this is always the run. If it's open, take it, because this one can go for big yardage, especially if you have a really quick quarterback. Boom. See what I'm saying? The way it's blocked up there, that's almost 10 yards guaranteed with the way your interior lineman there, I believe that's the left guard, got up the field on that one. And if your front line holds and you're going to get one guy downfield, you have huge run lanes here. Let's try this one more time. Blocked up pretty well again. One guy got beat, but you cut outside of him, and there you go. Another first down plus run. This is a lethal run play to use with your quarterback. Especially sometimes you get in like 3rd and long situations. Guys are really playing the pass. This play can be lethal. And if somebody does come in, like there was a blitzer coming in on that one, you got your little quick bubble option to try and hit. Didn't complete it there, but you can see how that works as well. Let's try, well, I wanted to try and hit that bubble, but it's wide open. It's going to be a touchdown run. That's a great example here on this play of a touchdown. See if we can get one where we can hit the bubble really quickly, though. There we go. So there's a good look at where the bubble can be successful on that play if you need it to, though. But either way, 2 good options, a bubble screen option and then a lethal quarterback run. Oh, we got to do this one. Look how wide open the middle is. If they hold their blocks in the line there, it's going to be another huge gain here off this RPO bubble QB draw. All right, so that's one of my favorites, and here's another one for me because this pistol strong trips over formation contains one of my favorite run plays on the game. So a lot of times, I'll hit that run play, get in no huddle, sometimes use the turbo no huddle, hit them with it again, and then you line up in the same formation. They think it's coming, they're playing the run, and you hit this RPO alert post screen, and it can really be lethal, and you can get some big plays on this thing. So let's take a look here. All right, so the RPO alert post screen, multiple options here. My first read is always the post. Right there, he's probably matched up with the linebacker. Depending on how the safety's played, he's probably going to get behind that linebacker, especially if you use this in a short yardage or run situation. Sometimes you can spring a big play. That post route's going to be your big play guy on this one. If he's not there, you got a screen man, a little quick hitter out there to your right on a little smoke screen, now screen, whatever you want to call it. And then, of course, all else fails, hand it off to the running back if it looks like they're backing off playing coverage. Let's check it out here. Boom, fit it in there for the post route. See what we got this time. Try the handoff. Look like they had good coverage on it, so you just let the play run through. Don't hit anything. Hand it off to the running back. That's what I'm going to do on this one because look at the formation they're in. So let's go ahead and go straight handoff. Didn't work out. Happens. There's a screen read. Post was covered. They had some pressure coming on the inside. Hit it out there to your quick man. Get 4 or 5 yards real quickly. See if we get one more good one on this one. There's a good run read. Let's try and hit one good post ball here. There's one. Well, he dropped it, but you can see how that works right there. A lot of times matched up on a linebacker, and if they bring pressure like that and it's one-on-one, if you can just lob it far enough and have a speedy guy, he's going to get past him and get some yardage. Or you can split the safeties like that right there. That's a great one to end on. So there is the RPO alert post screen. Now let's go with a little 2 running back set here. Shotgun split Y offset, the motion RPO zone. All right, so options on this one, multifaceted. You do have the outside receiver over there that's going to run an option route of either streaking down the field or hitting a little curl. Personally, I don't go to him a lot just because where it's that option route, sometimes you think he's going to go deep. You end up lobbing it for a curl, get an interception. So it's not as foolproof as what you actually have here. Is kind of similar to the other play that we showed here in the video where you have the motion going outside, then you have a run going the other way. They got to defend one of the two. If they don't bring somebody out quick enough, hit your running back, let him get some momentum there in that swing pass. If not, hand it off to your other running back coming inside on the little zone play. Running back motions out. This time they're keeping their backers in. It's one-on-one out there. If that blocker holds him, that's at least 5 yards. Let's go again here. Running back motions out. Still not covering it the best. Blocker got beat and still got about 4 or 5 yards out of the play. This time they're double mug, which is something a lot of defenses run in this game. Makes it look like, you don't want to hand it off, but sometimes it's deceiving. Right read there, but they did have an unblocked defender. One more time here. There's a good run read out of it. Also a really good short yardage play, really good goal line play is this play right here. Because a lot of times they're going to be crashing in the middle on the goal line. You can hit this swing if they don't cover it. But if they motion somebody out to cover the swing, you can go right back inside on them. So I like it as a short yardage play for the motion RPO zone here. Which, funny enough, is right in line with what these next set of plays is going to be. The next couple here are also plays that I like in short yardage. So I mentioned one earlier. I mentioned that one. And this one here as well. Out of the shotgun slot right, weak over formation, RPO read, Y slide. All right, so on this one, like I said, I like it in short yardage. In this one, you have multiple options. Even you can add like a 4th option into this one, right? Because for me, the first read is the square route. If they got guys crashing in, he looks like he's going to be open. I'll go ahead and lob it out there to him, let him get good yardage. If it's a short yardage play, sometimes he can break a big one. Also near the goal line, it's a great play to go to. That's the option 1 for me. Other than that, you're reading that defensive end just like this is a regular read option to hand off to the running back or to hit X and pull with the quarterback. You can do that as well. If you want to just run this like a regular read option, you can. And then you got the bubble screen on the opposite side. So multiple options that can work on this play. Let's see how it goes here on this first one. With how they're lined up, it's looking like Cole Taylor there, square of the tight end, might be an option here. Let's see. Oh, not exactly. They did have a good bit of man-to-man coverage there on him, so it didn't work out. Let's try it again. Let's try this here with the read option side. See, you can pull with the quarterback there, and if you make the right read on this play, it's wide open because they're still having to cover those guys, so you can cut out there and run that thing. Here you get one with everybody crashing. Go ahead and hit your tight end, let them get a few yards, and you can see why that's pretty lethal in short yardage and goal line situations because a lot of times people are going to be playing this like a read option, and they're not going to see that tight end squeaking out of there. There he is again. Another 3 to 5 yards. So those are my go-to options on that play as a short yardage RPO. And then lastly, another one that works great, short yardage and goal line. Similar kind of concept, but this time you get the tight end with some blockers in front, or you can hand to the running back, run with the quarterback again. Out of the shotgun wing trips formation, RPO read Y flat. So like I said, on this one, you're doing a similar read. You're reading that defensive end right there. You can run the read option game with the quarterback and running back, or you can swing it out to the tight end who's coming out there on a swing pass with blockers in front. Make the read here. Hit the tight end. Didn't really get anything, but that's okay. It's not hurting nothing. Let's read it again. They're coming crashing in. Let's take off with the quarterback this time. Boom. Big gain there. So you see, run it like a read option even if you want to. Multiple options here. Like I said, another great short yardage goal line play because you can see, boom. Need just a few yards, need a goal line play. There's your tight end. A couple guys blocking in front of him. He's going to get 4 or 5 yards a lot of the time. Right there, boom. You even got a couple right there. That's why it's good short yardage goal line. I love it. Do a handoff here. So you don't push anything. You just hand off to the running back straight. Kind of an outside zone look there on it. See if we get one more good play out of this thing. Boom. He playing the run. So there you hit it right there is where you can get a nice gainer to the tight end there on that one. And that's one more RPO to look at here. There's a few to use in short yards. Take a look at our last one. And I think our final one here wraps up nicely as we go through 10 RPOs. A lot of these I really like, and you've seen multiple of them utilizing the QB run game, which you guys know is something I like to use as option and QB runs. That's why I use a lot of these RPOs. That's why I'm able to list 10 of them here that I think will help you a lot on College Football 25. This one right here, shotgun wide slot right weak. Motion RPO QB power is another great one involving the quarterback run game and multiple options to throw to as well. So let's take a look here. You get the loop orbit motion here from the running back, and you can throw the swing pass to him. Couple blockers out there in front. You also have, in the wide set, the far left receiver there lined up, going to run a slant or a curl. And then right here you go with the quarterback with the left guard pulling in front. The tight end there in front as well. So a couple of lead blockers. So a true quarterback power look behind it as well, which can be lethal if it's open. So let's see how this play plays. First read here, boom, swing pass. The run looked like it was going to be there, but still that guy break free at the last second. If it looks like you're about to get sacked, play it safe, swing it out there to the running back. Maybe something will happen, maybe it won't, but at least you're not going to take the sack. Same thing here. They came in late. It's similar to the other plays I was thinking about. My first read is the run, because if I can get that QB power with the blockers in front, it's going to be a pretty good gainer. But if it's not there, then that's usually when I hit the swing pass. Very rarely do I hit that wide route. It's just not my go-to on this play. It's a little two-man game for me more than anything. There you can see he came in late, but I still was almost able to skirt out of there. This time they're bringing pressure. That's an instant throw to the swing pass. Got a lot of room to work out there when they bring the heat like that, because you got two blockers. If you can make one guy miss, you can house that thing. There's finally a decent one blocked up on the Q power. See if we can get one more good one. There's a good gainer on the swing. So you can see how that works in both situations. And I love the wide formations and how they really open up things for the run game. That's why you have so much room for this QB power when it's blocked up well. As you see kind of right there, a lot of room right here in the middle of the field, wide open. And you make people miss, get a big play out of it. So there it is, guys. 10 RPOs there. Some QB runs, some nice short yardage, some goal line, some nice plays that'll break free your running back, and even a couple that may burst some big gains for you. Those are my 10 favorite RPOs to use on College Football 25. But those are just some of my favorites. Would love to hear yours. Let me know if you got some others that you really like. Throw them in the comments. Always appreciate those interactions. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. College Football 26 right around the corner. Going to have a ton of coverage in the news lead up to that game. And, of course, we'll have a ton of gameplay content for it once it comes out, similar to what we've done here for College Football 25, but hope to put out even more for the new game. So if you're a fan of these college football video games, be sure you're subscribed here to the channel. And if you would, hit that thumbs up button before you head out. That helps a ton with that YouTube algorithm, which helps the channel continue to grow, which we'd really appreciate that. Just like we appreciate you tuning into this one. And I'll catch you on the next one.